welcome along to Bardonecchia-Melazet for this Torino 2025 FISU Games. It is the mixed team parallel. There are teams of 4 from 16 nations going head to head on a blue and red course. The first racer down gets a point. The first team to 3 points goes through to the next round. If it's tied at 2-2, then the fastest times will be calculated, 1 from the men, 1 from the women. So how it works, for example, team 1, the first women will race on the blue course, and the first man from the same team will race on the red course. The second woman from the same team will race on the red course, and the second man will be on the blue course. The snow's been falling, but the workers have been working hard to slip the track, and the racing line is absolutely spot on. So here are the quarterfinal lineups for this mixed team parallel in the Alpine skiing. France, Poland, Austria, Switzerland, Japan, Italy, Sweden, Czechia. Savica against Alpine. Poland on the blue, France on the red. And a good start from Alpine, and she has the early lead. And Alpine leads by half a gate. Can Savica pull this one back? This course is running pretty evenly, and Savica starting to come back. Savica, just 1500s. Alpine squeezing home. In front, France go 1-0 up. Now it's Mathieu Stapp up against Paul Silvestre. Silvestre still has the advantage, but here comes Stapp, and I think now Stapp is in front. Stapp is going to level things up here for Poland. Great skiing from Mathieu Stapp. Poland won, France won. 26.96, second quickest time we've had. Marjolaine Ollier of France up against Hannah Zebra of Poland. Remember, Zebra has the equal quickest time down here, so France could be under pressure. Ollier up against Zebra, and who's got the lead? Oh, it's hard to tell from that angle. Zebra perhaps just in front, but here comes Ollier. Could throw a blanket over these two. Ollier in front. Marginally, Ollier in front. She's going to put it 2-1 to France, is she? Here comes Zebra. 1/100th of a second. Oh, that's so close. Unbelievable. What a run that was. Skabar up against Senetra. Senetra, well, has to win and then worry about the times. Stapp has the second fastest time of anybody down here today, so it would give Poland a really good opportunity to progress. We'd have to have a look at the women's timings, but at the moment it's Skabar who's in front, and Skabar is going to make sure here for France. Poland have run them close, but not close enough. Skabar 27.03, and it is France who progress to the semi-finals. So Austria against Switzerland. Two of the powerhouses of Alpine ski racing going head to head here. Eder up against Pile. This is really close. Oh, they are turn for turn here. Hard to tell from that angle, and hard to tell from the head-on, although you have to say I think Eder's got it. Eder's slightly in front, and the Austrian takes it 28.48, 1600s. Eder down in front. So Lara Fletzberger up against Mathilde Phillips. Phillips must win this race in order to keep Switzerland in the hunt for a place in the semi-finals. And Phillips takes it on the blue course. 2-1. 28.23, 0.73. And it's a quicker time than Eder. So now it's Schabel against Gastrein. Schabel needs to win and needs to get close to Geisetter's time of 27.36. And it's Schabel who has the lead here. Schabel in front of Gastrein in a race he's got to win, and we've got to then keep an eye on the time. 27.36 out of Geisetter. And Charles is going to level things up, but what's the time? And the time is 26:57, the fastest time, and it will be Switzerland through to the semi-finals on time. They've come from 2-0 down to win it on the clock. It needed something special from Loic Schaub, and he duly delivered with an electric run of 26:57. Quarterfinal number 3. It's Japan against Italy. Cicere, medalist in the giant slalom, up against Maihana Rira. And Cicere now has the lead. Cicere looking to put Italy 1 up here. Remember, win this race, win this quarterfinal, and you will race for a medal, whether it be in the big final or the small final. Italy go 1 up. Gabriele Sartori of Italy up against Katayama Ryoma of Japan. Oh, and Katayama's in trouble. He's all over the shop, hand down on the snow. And as a result, Sartori can extend his lead. Sartori comfortably in front. Oh, and then gets his hand caught and almost spun round. But Katayama, too many errors from him. Kirikubu Katsuna, and Japan must win this race against Martina Banci of Italy. If she can't, then we'll have our first upset in the seedings. It was a really good middle section from Kirikubu, who's streaking away from Banci. 28:16, that's a really quick time. That's the quickest we've had from a woman down here today. This is Kirikubu Jinro up against Luca Bianchi of Italy, and Kirikubu's got to win and then got to get the better of 29.96. There or thereabouts. We've got to go to the clock, but it is Kirikubu who is leading, and Japan will take this one to the clock, it would appear. If Kirikubu can stay upright, which he looks like he's going to do, it's going to be 2-2, but is it going to be quick enough to put Japan through? 26:63, it is. It's the second quickest time today from Kirikubu Jinru, and Japan have come from 2 down, just like Switzerland did, to win it on the clock. So the 4th quarter-final, Czechia against Sweden. Czechia the number 7 seed, Sweden the number 2 seeds. Trebelova up against Falk. And it is Falk on the red course who I think has got the better of the start, has she? Marginally in front, the Swede. And now she extends that lead. So Falk in charge of this quarterfinal, but then she just puts in a bit of a long turn, and Trebelova now in front. And it just seems maybe the blue course is a little faster after the terrain change, because Treblova's going to get home, is she? Oh no, she's not. Falk's done her by 300ths of a second. Oh, that was close. That was really close. Marek Müller up against Emil Nyberg. Müller, you feel, has to win this one, because when it's tight, the blue course seems to come through. Nyberg out of the gate quickest, and he has the slight lead. And it's just about here that I think the blue course then suddenly becomes quick, because look, you can see Müller's now in front, having been behind in the early stages. It's just on that terrain change that the blue course has the advantage. Nyberg gets hooked and he's out. That's a big fall from Emil Nyberg. 26:55. That is the new quickest time. 1-1. Rodling Swanberg up against Novikova. Can Czechia get one on the red course to go in front? And Rodling Swanberg has the lead, and it's this gate here which favours the blue course, and she still has the lead. But Novikova is coming back at her. It's desperately tight. Who's got this one? I think it's Sweden who's just about in front. Here they come to the line, and Rodling Swanberg's got it by 800ths of a second. Sweden go 2-1 up. So now Axel Lindqvist up against David Kubeš of Czechia. Kubeš has to win this, and then we go to the clock. Has the advantage. And the seeding is going to go to plan. Top 4 seeds are going to progress, it would appear. Lindqvist with an error, and here comes Kubesh, but then he has an error. 26.7. Sweden progress 3-1. So the semi-final of the Alpine skiing mixed team parallel events. France, the number 1 seeds, up against Switzerland, the number 4 seeds. Japan, the number 3 seeds, up against Sweden, the number 2 seeds. The first of the 2 semi-finals underway, Switzerland and France. And it's Acombre on the red course who's got the better of the starts, but the blue course gets an advantage just here. And Pile comes over the terrain change, marginally in front, but Acombre doing a really good job to negate that advantage on the blue course. And Acombre now battling to stay in front. She's got the lead just as the Frenchwoman. And then there's a little error that might just allow Pile through. And Pile's got it by 800ths of a second. Acombre, that little error cost her. Oh, real excitement. So Switzerland 1 up, and it's Gino Stucki up against Paul Silvestre. Silvestre out of the starter like a shot into that tuck position, and the red course have the advantage as they come over the terrain change, and now it is Stucki. So Stucki taking full use of that gate that gives the blue course the advantage on this track, and Stucki, who skied out in the last one. There's an error from Silvestre, and he's out, and Switzerland will go 2 up. 26.69, that's quick from Stucki. Well, this is a must-win for Ollier on the blue course, up against Mathilde Phillips of Switzerland on the red. Phillips nicely. Now, is it enough to still have the advantage over the terrain change? It is. And Phillips on the red course looking to put Switzerland into the final. But here comes Ollier trying to keep France alive in the fight for mixed team parallel gold. And Ollier's got it. Has she? To the line they go. She has by 300ths of a second. Oh, that was close. France still alive in this one, but only just. Now this is an interesting race. Jonas Skabar, 3rd in the Super G, 2nd in the Alpine combined, up against Loic Schabel, who was 1st in the Super G and 3rd in the Giant Slalom. Take your pick, who's going to win this one? And Skabar has the advantage, but can Schabel reel him in on these final turns? Skabar's flying down here. It's got too much for Schabel. It's going to the clock. Skabar wins it 26.73, but it's Switzerland who progress on the clock. Desperately close. Pile 28.11, Stucki 26.99. Oh, it was mighty close. 400 separate the 2 men. I think they've done it by about 300ths of a second, Switzerland. But they're through to the big final on the clock again. Semi-final number 2, Japan against Sweden. And it's Maihana on the blue course up against Falk on the red course. And Falk means business. And even with that gate advantage, Maihana can't reel her back in. Great skiing here from Regina Falk. Oh, Falk's gone down. Great recovery. That will give Maihana a chance to get back at her. Falk still going. Oh, she's got it. Falk goes down and still wins. What a ski from the Swede. She had no right to win that race, but somehow she did. Now, Emil Nyberg had a big fall in his last race against Italy, back in the start up on the red course, the course on which he fell in. Katayama, Ryoma. Let's see if Katayama can get the advantage on the blue course. Yeah, he can. Katayama marginally in front on the blue course. Can Nyberg pull him back? But Katayama still has the lead on the left of screen. Katayama to level things up here. And Katayama does just that. But it's not a particularly quick time, 27.2. Stella Rodling-Swanberg up against Kirikubo Kazuna, who's had the quickest female time down here, 28.16. Rodling Swanberg has the advantage even before they come to the blue gate. That gives the blue course even more an advantage. So good opening turns from Rodling Swanberg, who's in control of this race. And Kirikobu Kizuna nowhere near Rodling Swanberg, who's 27.91. That's the quickest time. Great skiing from Rodling Swanberg. Sweden on the brink then. Axel Lindqvist up against Kirikobu Jinru. And Lindqvist, he's in front already. And Kirikobu Jinru's up against it now. And Kirikobu all over the shot, rescues it somehow. But Lindqvist is gone. He's a gate in front. And Sweden, if Lindqvist stays upright, will progress 3-1. And they are through. And it's another fast time, even quicker. 26.69. That's 3 he's had. Sweden through to face Switzerland in the gold medal race. Japan through to face France in the small final. Here we go then, the small final, racing for the bronze medal. Japan starting on the blue course, France on the red. Maihana Rira up against Louison Acambray. And Acambray way quicker than Maihana, it would seem. And she definitely has an advantage, but can Maihana claw it back on this gate here, which gives the blue gate some speed? And she can't, so Acambray still has the lead here against Maihana Rira. France looking to go one up, but here comes Maihana trying to get back on level terms, but Acambray keeping her at bay. And Maihana makes up some time, and Maihana's going to get it. Maihana's got it by 1300ths. It's just a little straighter, it would appear, on the blue course at the bottom. She's come from behind to win it. Good work from Maihana. Paul Silvestre up against Katayama Ryoma. And Silvestre has the lead on those opening turns. But Katayama in touch, and he's just got to stay in touch to give himself a shot at the bottom of this track. And Katayama now starting to claw it back, and Katayama is in front. It's that fourth gate from home. Katayama's going to get it by 700ths of a second. 2-0 Japan. Kirikobu Kizuna can win the bronze here for Japan. Marjolaine Ollier on the blue course, but Ollier has the early advantage, which should prove very helpful when they get down to the finish. Kirikobu, no, she's had a mistake, and Ollier is going to win this one unless she has an error too. Ollier gets France on the scoreboard. Now it's all about the time for Ollier. 28.48. So Skabar up against Kirikobu Jinro. Skabar's been in really good form, and you'd expect him to level this up on the blue course. And Skabar has the lead, and Kirikobu Jinro is going to have to motor. It's going to come down to the clock, and Skabar will level it up at 2-all.
rimettendo in parità, ma soprattutto
26.55. It equals the quickest time set by Muller, and so France will take the bronze on the clock. France come through on the clock, courtesy of Skabar and Ollier, whose combined time quicker than Maihana and Katayama's. The big final, the gold medal. It's Switzerland against Sweden, and it is Pile up against Falk, and it is Falk who's marginally quicker out the gate. Pile having to try and work this back, but she'll get the advantage here on that blue gate, and now has herself back level with Falk. Pile and Falk going turn for turn. Pile now starting to get her nose in front. Good skiing from Pile. It's all about the clock here. Pile stops the clock. 28.02. And that is the quickest by any woman down here today. Beats her previous best of 28.11. Nyberg on the red course, Stuckey on the blue. Can Stuckey deliver for Switzerland, or can Nyberg take one against the head, as it were, and give Sweden a real opportunity? But Stuckey is in front, coming over the terrain change, and Nyberg's going to have to ski this quickly. It's all about Stuckey's time. He needs to be about 26.7 if he can, and he crosses the line. He's 26.9. Sweden have got it all to do because Switzerland are 2 up. Run 3 of this big final, and they're away. Phillips on the red course, Rodling Swanberg on the blue, and Rodling Swanberg has a slight advantage, a race she's got to win to keep Sweden's hopes alive, and Rodling Swanberg has got the gate. She needs a quick time as well, because she now will rely on Lindqvist to try and win his leg. This is great skiing from Rodling Swanberg. It's all about the clock. Can she ski quickly? She stops the clock. 28.07, the second quickest time. That's a great ski. That's a really good ski under pressure. And it now means Axel Lindqvist has to win, and win in a time inside 26.85. Schabel on the red course. Can he dig deep and find something special? Here we go then. Lindqvist has got to lay it all out there. Can he first of all get the better of Schabel, and then can he get the better of the clock? Well, he's got the lead, has Lindqvist, who motors for the finish. Schabel trying to reel him back in, but he's not going to get him. Lindqvist, unless he makes a mistake, and there is a little mistake. That could cost Sweden the gold medal. It's all about the clock. They've done it! Sweden have done it! They've done it by 900ths of a second. What a race! Axel Lindqvist getting home in 26.76. And Sweden successfully defend the gold from 2 years ago. Switzerland silver once again. What a race that was. France in third place. Switzerland, as they were 2 years ago, second in the big final to Sweden. And Sweden successfully defend the gold medal from 2 years ago in Lake Placid.